Alright, today I am going to be posting my response video to my dad's compare and contrast. I'm going to start by adding a few more things to the list, and then I'm going to respond to a few of the things that he said. Starting off, I'm going to talk about some of the hobbies that we share. As he mentioned, we are both big nerds. I definitely take it farther than him, that is true. One in particular is languages. I don't know if Dad ever learned another language or not, but I certainly have. I studied French in high school and college, and then I went on to learn Hebrew as well, and I seem to always be trying to learn a new language. Most recently, I've taken up Swedish, as my family history is from Sweden, and then I've also recently decided to try and learn a little bit of sign language. And I constantly am thinking, oh, I could learn that language, and I could learn that language, because I think it's one of the best ways to understand a culture is to learn a language, and you can learn a lot about them from the way that they speak. And so I think that's really fun. The next thing that we share is like a hands-on DIY project thing. Now, he owns his own house, so he gets to do things on the house. For example, when we first moved in, he redid, well, not redid, he just finished the entire basement. He did all the wiring and the stuff on the walls, like I don't even know. And he's recently just started redoing the back patio deck area, and he's turning out really well. And then since I don't own my own home, I have to do smaller DIY projects, like redoing furniture and cutting glass bottles and doing all sorts of things. Most recently, I just finished reupholstering a Queen Anne chair, so that was really fun. We've also done our fair share of traveling, international traveling. Last year, he went to visit my mother in South Korea and had lots of fun there. And this year, I took a post-graduation tour around lots of places. I went to London, Paris, Rome, and Jerusalem. So we both have done a little bit of that. We went to very different places and had some very different experiences, but I think we both took a lot out of it. We both spent a lot of time in the service industry as younger adults. I am currently still in the service industry, but he got out and went to teach, and hopefully that's what I'm going to do. I would like to go ahead and get my PhD and start teaching. I fought it for years because both my parents are teachers, so I'd be damned if I ended up a teacher, but I really should end up a teacher. I'm really good at it. And then as far as one more small thing goes, we both love Jeopardy and Trivial Pursuit. One of my goals in life is to beat my father at Trivial Pursuit, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. I recently just finished up catching up on all of the Jeopardy I had recorded on my DVR, and I had over a month's worth of Jeopardy, and it only took me 3 days, so I really love Jeopardy. And now I'm going to respond to a few of the things that my father said in his video. First off, I'm going to take umbrage with his statement that my love of hockey is a flaw in my character. I do not agree with that. I think it shows that I have a well-rounded plethora of interests. Not only do I understand the nerdy and the intellectual, but I also appreciate the ultra-physical and that side of society. And so I think it shows that I am a well-rounded human being. Thank you very much. And we will discuss more about hockey in a later video because I don't have enough time in this one to talk about it. As far as food goes, that's most of the things he talked about. I love coffee. I think that rich, sharp bitterness of the coffee, especially when it's roasted well and brewed well, and then you get just the lovely creaminess and then just a hint of sugar. I like just a hint to cut through the bitterness, and I think there's nothing better to wake you up in the morning than that richness of the coffee. As far as yogurt goes, I like yogurt on occasion. There are a few flavors that I like, but all in all, I'm not much of a yogurt girl. It just seems a little strange to me sometimes, and it goes farther too because I'm going to add cottage cheese to that list because cottage cheese is disgusting. It is literally curdled milk. I just don't get it. It's gross. And now, on to the most important issue that he raised in his video, Reese's. As he mentioned, I am extremely addicted to Reese's, and there is a reason. Because when I eat chocolate, I want that smooth, rich, melt in your mouth, savory experience. And with Reese's, I get the saltiness of it too. But it doesn't interrupt the beauty of the chocolate. Whereas if I had a big crunch, or, for example, mint. I don't like mint in chocolate, whereas I know my dad does. It interrupts that moment, because if you get mint, then you don't get the lingering chocolatiness in your mouth. It just cuts it off, and you're left with mint. And the same goes for, like, nuts and brownies and cookies and things. No, I want a smooth, savory experience. I don't want a crunch, because that just interrupts the whole experience. It's not right. It's just not right. And so I think Reese's is the perfect way to amp up that flavor of chocolate without destroying the experience. So that is my response for today, and I can't wait to see what the Stache does with his Tuesday video. See you next time.